Oh, I've got me a pot of something hot. Gonna roast them. Maybe not. My singing may be horrible, guys, but I'll tell you what is not horrible. These beautiful chayote squash right here. These Merliton squash. Super delicious. Very easy to grow. And guess what? I have these fruits available if you would like to buy them. This one right here is called Kong, or is it Kang? I think it's Kong. I have not grown this variety for long, literally just last year, and it is supposedly, and it did fruit for me, a day-length neutral chayote, which is pretty cool, which means you should be able to grow it anywhere. Yeah, pretty cool. And this is a white variety that has also got some day length neutralness. And it's just called white. Sometimes called potato, even though it's a chayote squash. But these ones get massive. Look how big these fruits are, over a pound, by the way, guys. I had fruits of this white variety this year that grew absolutely massive. Hang on. I'm back. Sorry, phone ringing. But anyway, yeah, this white one, or snow, or blanca, if you prefer to call it, absolutely massive fruits. And even though they're a little beat up, remember these are seed fruits, which you plant the whole fruit. And this one's actually sprouting already. Look at that. But my plants, we did have a pretty good freeze this year, multiple ones over the past weeks, and my plants are completely died back to the ground. But these are the last of the fruits I managed to harvest for the year. And yeah, these are pretty rare in the US, okay, guys? And if you've watched some of my other videos about chayote, there's a huge, very extensive history of these being grown in the US. And so many of the cultivars have been completely lost. It's a real shame because they used to be a massive crop, especially up north in the south here. They were widely grown, and it's been completely forgotten. It's a real shame. But what are you going to do, guys? So hunting down these varieties has been extremely difficult. Very, very difficult, because they're not really grown in the U.S. anymore. Everything comes out of South America or out of Mexico. If you look really hard, you can find some grown in Asia. But to find day-length neutral varieties and to grow them out and to test them is beyond difficult. And I actually have 5 varieties of these now that I grow. I've got this Kong, which first year grown for me, beautiful, nice dark fruits, really good tasting, great to just stir fry up and eat. This snow, or this white variety, very mild flavor, nice and tender, and almost kind of the lady told me kind of like a potato flavor, not really, but great nuttiness flavor to it, really good. This plant is extremely vigorous on the white. The Kong, not as vigorous, but remember, these are perennial guys that grow an underground tuber that they will sprout from every year. So once you got them, you can just keep them growing, guys. You can keep them growing, and they do well in pots too, by the way. So if you have issues with flooding like we did this year, or you freeze solid, stick them in pots, guys. But I really want to spread these around. So if you're interested in getting one of these 2 varieties here, Kong or this beautiful large white variety, and Kong gets pretty big too. Both these varieties can get over a pound, and they can get very large, especially as the plants mature and you've got a mature tuber underground and they come back. The vines can get really thick and large, and the fruits get massive on both of these. But yeah, to plant these, you literally take the whole. You can just sit on your counter and wait for them to start sprouting, like this one is. There's a little bud coming out. The fruit will split, and the plant will start coming out. And then you literally just take this whole fruit. I know this thing's massive. This fruit is huge, guys. So I don't mind the little blemishes on it. And you just stick it in and just barely cover it a little bit, and that's how you plant them. The fruit will rot away. It'll nourish the plant, and they grow. And that is that, guys. But like I said, get a hold of me if you would like to grow Kong or I like snow. You know, the snow chayote. That's pretty because they are the nice, beautiful white when they're growing. Really nice. When they mature like this and they're a little beat up from hanging on the vine all winter and going through storms and the cold, they turn kind of yellowish. But when they're growing, and you can eat them at any size when they're maturing. You don't have to wait for them to mature. You need to pick them at any size. Really tasty, really delicious, really easy to grow. And you give them something to climb, and they can be super, super productive. And you can eat the young tips. And if you absolutely want to, you can actually eat the underground tuber too. There you go, guys. Grow food, and here's a chance for you to get some very rare crops that are really delicious and easy to grow. Can't beat that. See you later, guys. Love you. Grow that food. Grow some chayote. And again, both these are very new to my collection, but they both fruited for me really quickly and all year pretty much. So they are both should be, you know, they are day length neutral, unlike some of the ones out of South America. But you know, yeah, I love these things, and not bugs don't really bother them either. They're really, really carefree once they get growing. Again, you can't beat that, guys. But you do need to for pollination, just so you know. Yeah, it seems they do fruit on their own, especially Kong. It does seem to set fruit on its own, I believe. It set fruit really well for me. The white did too, but again, I've got multiple varieties, so it's possible, you know, you might need more than one. Just putting that out there for you. But definitely grow these guys. Definitely something you want to grow. See you later.